This week's Parsha begins with a celebration and quickly moves on to a transition. We learn of the death of Sarah Imenu, Sarah, our matriarch, and the celebration of the life, the totality, the completeness of the life that she lived. And quickly the Torah transitions to her burial and then to the finding of a spouse for her son Yitzchak, Isaac, which would ultimately become Rivka, Rebecca. And that transition is fascinating at so many levels, but at the very, very core, I'd like to focus on one thing, and that is saying little and doing a lot. And the contrast that we have between Ephron, who is the owner of the cave that ultimately Avram will buy for the purpose of burying Sarah, and Rivka, and for her future father-in-law Avraham, the idea that, according to Ephron, he initially starts off by saying, "Take whatever you want, my master. You can have the land. It is yours." When Avram insists on paying for it, then he asks for a king's ransom. He asks for a ton of money, like $1 million, a serious amount of money, just to be able to give, or just so that Avram could find proper burial for his wife. And Avram pays it. Avram does pay it. But we see that Ephron is really all words and no action. And at the same time, we have Rivka Imenu, young girl. She's taking care of the flocks and she's feeding the camels or giving them water to drink. And Eliezer, the servant of Avram, sees this. And she doesn't say very much, but her actions are powerful. Her actions say everything. And of course, that's the mantra of Avram and Sarah as well, that they were all about doing for others, not taking credit for it. When Avram does speak up in the previous parsha, for the benefit of the people of Sodom and the other cities, he says, "Anochi afar ve'efer," I'm but dust and ashes. I'm nobody. This is not about me. This is about what needs to happen for you, God, for the people, for justice, for rachamim, for all the things, for all the qualities and considerations at stake over here. But it's not about my ego. It's not about my agenda. We live in a society where everybody's like, notice me, posting stuff all the time, mindless, wasteful in many cases, but they get a lot of likes and they get a lot of attention because we've become conditioned to be interested in superficial things. We've become conditioned to think about that it's outward appearance or all sorts of nice pictures and things like that we should be pursuing. True joy doesn't come from that. True joy comes from our ability to be consistent, to serve, to give to others, to make a difference in our life and more importantly in the lives of others. Say little and do much. And that is the lesson of our patriarchs or matriarchs or avos and imahos. They were very small on words, but massive, massive on deeds. And it's those deeds that really served as the foundation for our nation and for all of world history. So let's remember this lesson. Let's remember not to talk big or say we're going to do a lot and then not really deliver and charge a lot for the services or for the things that we're going to do, like an Ephron. Instead, be like an Avram, like a Sarah, like a Rivka, like others who stepped up with their actions, not with their words, and really made a difference. Have a good Shabbos.